Tonight's conversation should be very interesting, considering the fact that what you've seen with Stephen A. Smith and how he apologized to only one group that he offended. I know when y'all first heard me come out and start talking, and I started talking about a go along, get along gang. As you can see, and I told y'all, it was a lot of tears of this go along, get along gang. And our community is one of the biggest fuelers and components of the go along, get along gang. It's because we don't grow our own food. We don't have our own money. We don't have our own economics. We don't have our own community. We say it, but we don't really mean it. We still have to go to white guys in Charles, allegedly, for our capital. And the moment you have to do that, you're not making money off the people. We used to have to deal with each other. We used to have to make money with each other. And we did. And the moment they opened up the floodgates, we all start running to white folk. And the moment a couple of us get a job with our white boss, we tend to look down and talk down on others. And if we're going to really have a community, I know a lot of people want to make this platform a singular thing. Oh, it's just about the kids. No, I'm all for the kids. But us adults are teaching these kids. It's called learned behavior. So we have to train the kids, but we have to train the adults. I don't know what everybody's been looking at when they've been watching me interview these guys, and I'll watch them and I allow them to be very disrespectful, very aggressive, cut you off, don't even let you control your own platform. And then these same very guys turn around and be the victim because they're trained to cut people off. They're trained to showboat. They want to win the conversation. They're not trying to have a conversation. They're trying to win the conversation so they can run back to the pages and say, look at what I did. He's busty bus life. And when you have men that's more showboaty than women, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous on the streets when you do that. We have a lot of braggadocious, very flamboyant, showboaty men, and they claim to be heterosexual. Just listening to some of the way these men come up on this platform and speak, come up on here with hidden agendas, and then you look at how many bodies get dropped every night. I said communication rules the nation, and we are dead last at communicating. We go straight to the violence and the threats when somebody don't do something that we want them to do. Brother Hassan can go to his page and his followers can sway the story any way they want. But people could see. I even played video of how he was attacking me. And you can't see a video of me saying anything. Now, this is YouTube, so we just going to yell back and forth. But if this was the streets, you know what these young boys would be exchanging back and forth. When you have somebody like that would just, his own friend, Z Banger, shout out to Z Banger, even said he was well aware that I didn't have a problem with him. So he targeted me, and he was trained to do that since he was a teenager. And a lot of people are trained to target black folks because they don't think they can do it on their own. They don't think they can compete against white men. White men are at the top. They so bad. We always talking about the scary white man. But I watch them smile so hard when they come in the room, Jack. I watch them smile so hard when they come in the room, Matt Barnes. Y'all niggas teeth, I think y'all bleaching them for them white people. See, they ain't seen nothing like me come to the internet. They say, oh, he's stupid. Letting him eat off his video. He dumb. He don't know what he's doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. Stop all this cutthroat shit that's on the internet. And that way Hassan wouldn't have been coming at me the way he coming at me. You don't got to make it the YouTube streets. You can just make it YouTube where you feed your fucking kids. Talk a little shit, spread a little knowledge, connect with some people, smile at some beautiful women, let them smile back. Yes. But you niggas designed to bring that street shit to the internet. You want to talk about jail shit on the internet. You want to brag about bodies and shit on the internet. And not for nothing, Hassan, you did a better job today when you was discussing that young man that died or got murdered. You didn't say rock a nigga snot box about him. You said it about us. So that's a little better. Ain't that better? You reported the news a little bit better. We can accept that. Thank you for that. But you still mentioning me on the sneak tip a little bit. But I was talking to you like a man. You came on the platform drunk, aggressive, confused, and you did not answer the very first question that I asked you. And you did not reach out to me, sir. I reached out to you. I said on my platform, y'all go reach out to Hassan and allow him to come on. So that don't mean you get to come on my platform and run your mouth and shut me down and just say, I'm sorry. If I invited you on my platform, don't I get the right to ask you a few fucking questions, sir? Since you want to talk about so much respect that you don't know shit about. Because no one taught you how to be a man. That's what you said. Imagine someone call your phone. That mean they want to talk to you. They called you. As soon as they call you, hello, yeah, what up, man? Yeah. I was about to call you anyway. Yeah. Man, go. No, it don't work that way. When they call you, it's hello, and you wait, and you find an understanding of what they called you about. And I called you, boy, but you don't really know nothing about respect. So you can trick a lot of people that also don't know much about respect. But unfortunately for them and you, I do. And when someone summons me, I'm all ears. I'm not running my mouth just to try to hurry up and say sorry like you do in every other interview, because in the streets, they're not going to give you a sorry. And you know it, and I know it. You didn't even want to answer the question about why are you 44 years old and not going to a golf course, or walking down to the hood, talking about I got chains on. I asked you, what would you do if somebody approached you while you walking through the hood for whatever reason that ain't making you no money? You said it'll be all out war. And I said, that's the problem. That's the point that I was making. You talking about, what do you mean? Well, what I meant was you'll be in jail and you'll leave your wives, because in New York, you don't have to stand your ground like Florida or Georgia. If you have a firearm, sir, and you defend yourself, it's automatic jail time away from your family. So it wasn't about a male ego, you pussy if you don't go outside. That's the wrong mentality. So yes, I used you as a teachable moment so these young kids can see, damn, he acting like that. And when they hear your age, they're like, shit, he acting like I used to act, or I'm acting right now. Is this a normal 44-year-old? So they get to see it played out right in front of them. And that's not normal to talk like that and act like that. So as you can see, do we really have power, or do we really just run our mouth? Stephen A. apologized to everybody except Black. He didn't apologize to me. We still don't know why the fuck he was at them colleges. Now he's doing it to the overseas players. He's going to lower their market value because he's going to say, in America, you can't speak English. So they're going to already think that that's the going standard. So whatever they set the bar at, we and go lower, cool. No. In America, we the home of the free, land of the brave. We don't give a fuck how you talk. Talk how you talk. Somebody understand your motherfucking ass. Can your ass throw? We here to see you throw that motherfucker. It's some of us Americans still care about just sports and sports only. Can you throw that son bitch 100 miles an hour? Can you make it look like it's gonna hit somebody's face and then come over and drop in the front of the damn plate like my boy Adam Wainwright? Shout out to you, homeboy. Can you do that? That's all the fuck I care about. And that's all most people care about. Don't listen to that bald head coon ass Stephen A. And I don't even like to use that word. But since he ain't apologized to us after he couldn't even pronounce a name, I got a name for his ass. He's destroying our community with that shit he's saying that's coming from his white zaddy teleprompters. So do we have the power to do anything about it is the question. We always talking about power. And then we always got to go ask a white man to do something about what we offended about. Why is that power? You mean to tell me the biggest consumers on the face of the fucking earth can't get people to do what we want? We got to go ask a white zaddy when we offended to please do it? You shitting me. You got to be shitting me. If we close our wallet for a week, boy, everybody will come talk. If we stop going to the hair salons and nail salons and all the shit, stop buying Giuseppe's, if we do that shit for a week, somebody will come holler at us. We don't understand how much power we actually have because they not allowing you to see it. That's why they keep kicking you in the ass right in your face so you can think they still strong. When really, we hurting ourselves because that lack of knowledge, the lack of skills. We have so many people talking about a Black community. And if we get all us together in the community and then we start realizing, when we start delegating tasks, like if we go back to the old school ways and somebody got to go fetch the water from the stream, somebody got to go hunt, Somebody got to sow because it's going to get cold out this bitch. Somebody got to build a hut. Somebody got to protect us from the animals and whoever else. A lot of somebody's. When you start delegating jobs, and then you start to realize that it's a lot of us not useful in the room because we not on our purpose. And then those people that become not useful in the room, what do they normally do? See, before we run around hollering about, oh, let's get together. Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. A bunch of grown men always talking about, let's get together. Let's get together. Wait, hold on, bro. Men kill each other. Lions kill each other. They don't never be rushing to get together. Hold up, bro. We got to see. We got to check. Hold up. Are we working and building? Are we able to come together and say, this is the skill set that I bring? This is what I have for the pot. No, we're not. We're waiting on somebody to do it. We're waiting on a leader. We're waiting on a change. We're waiting on the president. You have to be useful in a room, your individual selves, so that if and when we come together, you're not holding somebody back. You have a skill set to help the group. That's why I talk about coding and trades and skills. If the pandemic didn't show you anything, it should have showed you that at some point, that if they feel like it, it could be a free for all. You have to be in shape. You have to have weapons. You have to have knowledge. You have to have food, water. But we out buying shoes and shit right after the pandemic. We still buying pretty cars. We still buying pretty ass chains. I wonder where that money going at. What happened to the people that was connected to something that understood that it's about the education and the skills first? Before anything else, you have to be able to be skilled. But for those of you that really don't understand my teachable moments, bear with me. We got to show these young boys what not to be. We're going to have to embarrass some people to do that. And it's not going to take me to do it. It's going to take that mirror that I hold up in front of them. All I'm going to do is be smoking hookah and letting them talk. And I'm just going to do like this. And what you put out is what the people are going to see. Man was so bothered by life. He had so many range of emotions. 1 minute you feel sorry for him. Next minute he cussing again. I turn off my live feeling sorry for him. Look at the rest of it. He talking about killing again. And it's just like, man, I can't feel sorry for that. No, you don't get my sympathy acting like that. That's not a man. Men don't work off that much emotions. And since you wasn't trained to be a man, you just should be seeking help. Pick that goddamn money up off the floor and go take it to a psychiatrist. Otherwise, it's not going to be safe out here with a bunch of emotional men. I hope you ladies see what I see. I hope you ladies see what I see. That it don't matter with age if you have a broken childhood. We have to start protecting these kids. And if that means stop warring with daddy so much, then that's what that means. These kids are being brutalized in these homes. I'm tired of hearing these rappers. I'm tired of hearing all these young males talking about how they had to go to the street life because the daddy wasn't there. Nobody wasn't there. And some of the daddies just can't come around you crazy motherfucker. Some, not all, some. I'm just doing this because all these men ain't lying. You're making it more about you than the child. And these boys are hurting. And when they grow up to that age, that 15, 16-year-old range where you can't control them no more, I'm just saying, it's not all. Some single mothers are awesome. Eton Thomas came up with a single mother. It's a lot of people. It's not an attack on women. I know some people, that's the only thing they can do is spin it. But by the numbers, we're fucked up. We got to start having healthy dialogue on why. And the only way we're going to get it is not by talking to immature, emotional adults. All we have to do is listen to the children. They tell you what they want. We overlooking the children, worrying about the feelings of adults. And these children just want mama and daddy. Y'all fuck to get them here. Y'all fucking figure out what you got to do to let them see both of you. Just saying. That might help. Now let's get into this. This man say we got to start getting rid of men in our community. Let's see what type.
Yeah. That's the message.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
I don't think they understand what they're looking at or what they had. Let me see. There we go. Right. I don't think they understand what they're witnessing. Can you kind of try to explain to them the real message of what we're trying to get across and what I know what I think the media is doing, but I want to hear what you think they're doing.
Well, the media is systematically, culturally programming us to destroy each other. They program you to focus on hate. They program you to always focus on drama. They even took away all the educational programs off television. That's why Bill Cosby went through what he went through. He tried to change NBC. Once he tried to purchase it, they was like, "How dare you?" Because he wanted to bring educational programs back. Why would Sesame Street be canceled? Why would things like Connection and teaching you about electricity, all of these programs they used to put on Saturday morning cartoons is even gone. Anything that was educational for children, my cousin wasn't even allowed to watch TV anymore in the mornings because he said, "Hey man, they put in too much stuff on TV now that's not even supposed to be." He's like, "I'm on Comedy Central or Cartoon Network, and they got some cartoon on there at like 2 in the afternoon. And I'm like way too adult." I'm like, "You can't watch this." So the television had to be monitored, and now it's like no more filters. So now your kids are exposed to all of this stuff, and now that with technology, you have television right on your phone. It's hard to keep these kids away from this stuff. You don't have to tell them anything. You be like, "Where you hear that from?" These kids, right? They pick it up and they go with it so quick because you be so busy doing what you're doing. You turn around, they got stuff on their phones. They on the watch now. My cousin got a watch thing. I'm like, "It's on your watch now? You got a phone on your watch? You James Bond? Well, you don't even have a job."
Yeah.
Well, that's
Go ahead.
the thing is that this was systematically done because once you keep people distracted, you can change law. We just had 53 laws changed last Friday. People don't even know we had 93 laws changed within this year. And then one of the changes here, we're the first state in the country to allow Asian American history to be taught in the classes out here in all the schools. They're going to teach Asian American history. But I'm like, wow, I didn't even see that as a change, but they just put this law in. Nobody's talking about it. They've made 52 other new changes since Friday. Nobody's even looked. So now, this is why I try to tell people, you have to, everybody focus on Trump, Biden. It's cool to focus on the president of the United States of America. But if you're not focused on what's happening right outside your door, it don't make a difference. You should know who your alderman is in your ward because that's important. If you don't know your alderman, I was able to get things done all the way here, all the way where my grandmother lived in the house, and I stayed in the city. We were able to get the street paved, everything because we paid attention and we said, "Look, these aldermen care about them jobs." Y'all don't know that, but they do. The aldermen in Chicago, they get paid $120,000 a year. And they get $175,000 they get to pay out for 3 employees of theirs. And they got $75,000 in their expense account under the Title II for the Municipal Code of Chicago. So you have that at your disposal. So you think they want to lose all that money and get out of office? You got the power to vote them out. See, well, that's why when you see those people that have those block clubs, they pay more attention to those block clubs than the average everyday neighbor because everybody's individual. Half of the people don't even know their neighbor next door, 2 north down. Y'all have to bond together as a community because once you can control the vote and say, "Hey, we're gonna vote you out of office," you think that guy want to lose that $120,000 a year and he can give away that $175,000? See, now you affecting financial. That's where your power come in. You have somebody in there working for you.